additional teachers are needed. Yet we talk about new innovation. Yes, we talk about new approaches, but this is the fact that we cannot run away from. And this is caused by rapid expanding school-age population and financial constraint that my colleague Siham has just mentioned earlier on. Now, Northern Africa and Western Asia and Southern Asia also face challenges in achieving teacher recruitment targets. Yet we need not to lose focus, but we also need to make sure that we are aware of the challenges that we are facing as a nation or as the global family. Now, 4.3 million and 4.5 million additional teachers are needed across those regions, respectively. Now, recruitment is starting at 70% of the 2016 objectives, which makes it unlikely that this target will be achieved by 2030 and beyond. Remember that this is what we need to achieve so that we can achieve the 2030 missions as global educators. We also need to achieve the target in Sub-Sahara, which is even less likely since the current target stands at 88% of the 2016 objective as well. Through this, I just wanted to show that we can, yet there are challenges, but there are innovative ways that we can do, but there are still challenges that we are facing as the global family. Now, the internet, coming out of those challenges that I said we cannot run away from, has changed the world. And through the internet, we become globally competent, because through the internet, we are able to connect with each other. We are able to connect with the world. We are bringing about possibilities in education. We are interacting with information communication technology. We are able to reach out and bridge up the digital divide. We are also able to create with ICT. So now the internet has made it a point that global competence become a norm in everyone, and it changes our attitudes. It also changes the way in which we approach our lesson. Our teaching methodology changes because we are now able to be inclusive when we are using the internet as well. Now, these are our responsibilities as transformative teachers. We need to mobilize e-learning. We cannot run away from it. We also need to make sure that we promote the 21st century skills. We also need to make sure that we make use of learners' response system, like Professor Dr. Sihan El Kafafi had just mentioned earlier on. We need to promote virtual classroom. We also need to promote distance education. This is the 21st century. We need to stimulate ICT culture. We also need to revolutionize technology and promote hybrid and blended learning environment. This on its own makes sure that we become 21st century educators who are well-resourced, who are well-equipped, and who are up to standard with the needs and the demands of time. But now, we also need to make sure that we understand that there are barriers to a transformative educator, like Professor Dr. Sihan El Kafavi just mentioned earlier on. Absence or inadequacy of resources prevents us from becoming globally competent and becoming transformative educators. Public resistance to change becomes a problem. Pace and a scale of change becomes a problem. Reservation and accountability becomes a problem to us. Technical barriers is a problem to us. Professional resistance, like Professor El-Kafafi had just mentioned earlier on, is a problem. Absence of capacity and organizational learning is also a problem. So these are the barriers that we also need to be aware of as transformative educators and as 21st century educators. Now, as I conclude, I want to say that as a result of the inequalities that exist nationally, regionally, and continentally, we will not arrive at reaching our target as we wish. However, the internet will optimize global collaboration. That will make it possible. But that does not mean we can reach our target at the same time because of the level of inequalities that exist globally. Now, automation and robotization will also create inequalities globally. Yet we are bringing robots in the classrooms. We are bringing robots in the workplace. That also will still continue to perpetuate inequalities because of lack of resources from various countries. Now, globalization will be far better than it is today in the future. It has improved. We are improving, and it will continue to improve despite the challenges as well. Now, we will still have teacher shortages in the next years if our governments cannot bring a new approach in recruiting so that every teacher become a global or a globally competent teacher, so that every teacher become what? A transformative thinker who is able to bring about design thinking in the classroom, who is able to ideate new methods, who is able to bring about innovative solutions, which is prototype, who is also able to test new ways out. Now, this is effect. Teaching will be better transformed and digitized so that we all become globally competent, so that every one of us is able to say we are the world and we will arrive ultimately at what we want despite all the challenges. May God bless you, and I thank you.
Thank you so much, Mr. Eric, for the informative session. We've learned a lot, and I do hope that we will take into use. Moving on with our program, we'll be going to the unveiling the leadership of the Global Teacher Forum